with you in a minute.
I've got plenty of time, Doctor.
Does Dr. Morton know that you come back here in the
hospital? You know, that's enough.
Get me Dr. Morton.
You call him when I'm through.
Until now, I felt sorry for you, Rossi. You made a mistake. You don't know how to accept the consequences. Still, I felt sorry for you. Now I no longer care. I'd like you to leave the laboratory. I've got work to do.
Now, you listen to me. I'm fighting for my professional life. Do you understand that? Do you think I'm going to take this line down? Let's start with the night Catherine Harrington died. Upstairs in the operating room.
Haven't we been all through this before, Rossi?
You performed the autopsy and you decided Dr. Morton was right and I was wrong.
Those are facts.
I'll tell you what the facts are. You performed the autopsy, all right, but you performed it in secret. Dr. Schindler was waiting. He was standing by, ready to assist, and you deliberately excluded him.
Are you suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm telling you. You performed the autopsy alone, against procedure. And also against procedure, you deliberately destroyed the tissues.
All of which I had a professional and ethical right to do.
A professional and ethical right. What about your professional and ethical rights the night you operated on Matthew Swain? What about your professional and ethical rights that night, Doctor? 5 years ago in this hospital. You were the surgeon and not the staff pathologist, but the surgeon. At least you were when the operation started. But something went wrong during the operation on Matthew Swain. Something went wrong. I don't know what, but it won't be hard to find out. Because Dr. Morton had to take over for you. And the next day, the very next day, you left town.
Dr.
But
Rossi...
you didn't stay away long. No, you came back 1 year later. But what happened then? Did you return to your career as a surgeon? No. No, I'll tell you what happened. You came back, but Dr. Robert Morton gave you the job here in the laboratory. Here as the staff pathologist. Where the only patients you had to work on were already dead. Admit it, Doctor. Head it up. You will.
I'll have Dr. Morton call you. Goodbye.
I want to see Dr. Morton.
I'm sorry, he's in a meeting, Doctor.
I have to see him now.
Dr. Bradley is here.
Well, I'm in a meeting. Can he wait?
Tell him it's urgent. I must see him now.
Oh, he says that...
I heard. Very well. I'll be right up. What is it, Joe? I'm in the middle of a meeting.
I'll come back later.
Tell them I'll return as soon as I can. Now, what's on your mind?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We're almost finished.
I have the board just about ready to agree to make Rossi's suspension permanent.
Oh, I thought in time he'd be reinstated.
It's out of the question.
I was speaking with Laura Brooks. I told her...
Joe, I'm holding up a meeting for you. Now, what did you want to ask me about?
Dr. Rossi, I kept thinking of how you saved my career 5 years ago. That night that I could have killed Matt Swain.
Well, that's all in the past, Joe.
I owed you for it.
Well, you've paid with your skill, your work. You've made up for everything.
When Catherine Harrington died, I made the final payment.
You made the final payment when Catherine Harrington died. hypoboard.
Rossi's diagnosis was correct. It was a perforated ulcer. Bob Rossi suspects. He's not sure, but he suspects that I lied to help you. I was only trying to make it up to you, to repay you for saving my career 5 years ago. I kept thinking, what will happen to you? I felt that Rossi could leave here and go anywhere. Los Angeles, New York. He's young, he can do it. So I lied. But Bob, I don't know anything about intrigue, secrets. He keeps hounding me. Say something.
It was a strange and difficult thing you did, Joe. If the situation were reversed, I wonder if I would have done the same thing.
I destroyed that man. Don't you understand that? I destroyed him.
He doesn't destroy so easily. The tissues, Joe, the pancreas and the ulcer, did you, in fact, destroy them?
Yes.
And in the absence of your own admission, that might never become known.
But I am admitting it.
To me, if you thought of the consequences, Joe, the consequences to yourself, you'd have to be dismissed.
I suppose so.
It's certain. And as for myself...
Oh, I'll explain. You didn't know.
How could you do this? How could you betray a trust?
Why, to protect your
I
reputation.
didn't ask for your protection. An autopsy is supposed to reveal the truth. I was certain this autopsy would vindicate me. Vindicate? That's a peculiar word in these circumstances. Go home, Joe. Go home now. I'll call you later.
What will you do?
I'll take care of this matter. Go home, Joe.
I'm sorry.
So am I, but it has happened. It's done. I'll go home and don't talk to anyone. Leave this entirely in my hands. I'll call you later.
Dr. Morton, they're waiting for you. The board, they're waiting for you.
If anyone asks for Dr. Bradley, anyone, you don't know where he is. That goes for everyone. Nurses, MDs, orderlies, everyone.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Are you going to say Catherine was unbalanced?
She had a doctor.
Dr. Morton's word may not carry enough weight either.
What do you mean? The patient has died. Why? Because I saw something you didn't see.
I fail to see what bearing that has.
You fail to see because you don't want to see.
Doesn't that go against the grain? The New England grain, the sense of morality?
Oh, Norman, don't be so square.
What'd you say?
Well, who's gonna know?